Ukrainian servicemen in Lyman. On October 2nd, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelenskyy officially confirmed that the city is under control of the Ukrainian military.
As of 12:30, Lyman was completely cleared. Thanks to our military, our soldiers. Glory to Ukraine.
The battle for Lyman lasted 2 weeks. The armed forces of Ukraine, having liberated 5 settlements around the occupied city, encircled the Russian military. At the same time, the Russian Ministry of Defense did not recognize the defeat of its troops, stating that the troops were withdrawn to more favorable positions.
In spite of the suffered losses, having significant superiority in strength and equipment, the enemy deployed reserves and continued the offensive in this direction. Due to the threat of encirclement, Allied troops were withdrawn from Lyman to more favorable positions. Igor Konashenkov, chief spokesperson for the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation, on Telegram.
After the liberation of Lyman, the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine published a tweet reacting to the statements of Russia.
We thank the Ministry of Defense of Russia for successful cooperation in organizing the Izum 2.0 exercise. Almost all Russian troops deployed to Lyman were successfully redeployed either into body bags or into Ukrainian captivity. We have one question for you. Would you like a repeat? Ministry of Defense of Ukraine on Twitter.
Ukrainian servicemen involved in the de-occupation of Lyman reported that Russian troops escaped from their positions, abandoning the bodies of their colleagues, equipment and munitions in an attempt to save themselves. Some even dropped their shoes.
We have captured a lot of equipment here. The Russians are such warriors. If they run away, they are not motivated at all. We all those who stand on our land, we have what to fight for. We have what to fight for and what to die for, but they run away at the first opportunity.
Almost 5,000 soldiers have been surrounded, says Serhiy Haidai, head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration. How many of them were added to the exchange fund of the Ukrainian armed forces is unknown yet.
The question is how many can leak out and escape, as we joke, through the vegetable gardens. Through the vegetable gardens to Kotovsk. How many will be able to escape to Kotovsk and how many will be forced to surrender is the only one intrigue we have now in Lyman.
As of October 2nd, 808 Ukrainians have been returned from Russian captivity, according to the latest data from the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion, 24 prisoner exchanges have been conducted. The coordinating headquarters for the treatment of prisoners of war does not stop its work.
It is very important that people who are looking for their relatives and friends today first have clear information and know where to apply, and second, that society knows what is happening to the released prisoners. Anna Maler, Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine, on Telegram.
The partial mobilization announced by Putin mainly affected the regions of ethnic republics in far-away areas, and the more people from there will be taken to the front in Ukraine, the faster the disconnect of local population may arise, which sooner or later will lead to riots, says military expert Alexander Beletsky.
Ukraine should not count on good Russians, but on the national republics. We see what is happening in Dagestan. The same things are beginning to happen in Kalmykia, if anyone is watching. This, in principle, is also a territory very close to the Caucasus.
In the southern direction, according to intelligence data from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Russian occupiers are sending to the front lines those mobilized not only from temporarily occupied Crimea, but also from the Krasnodar Krai and Adygea.
Since September 30, the enemy military units based in the temporarily occupied territory of Crimea have been put on full combat readiness, and measures have been taken to disperse the units. It is known about the formation of a motorized division on the territory of the peninsula from mobilized men of the Autonomous Republic of Crimea, Krasnodar Krai and Adygea.
With our 60,000 Russian servicemen already eliminated on the territory of Ukraine, Russia will only be able to strengthen the front with unmotivated conscripts who will increasingly surrender as captives. Reported by Roman Smoler, Natalia Belokudrya, UATV News.